Okay, this is the amended agenda of the Merrillville Plan Commission meeting. Tuesday is the date, September 20th, 6:35 p.m. almost. Calling the meeting to order, we will stand for a pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Minchuk, please take the roll call vote.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of order right now, ma'am.
We could wait. What do
Would you like
wait?
me to call and roll?
Okay, very good, thank you.
Good save.
Okay, could I have a motion to approve the minutes of August 16, 2022 and September 6,
So moved.
20?
Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Pettit and seconded by Mr. Rich. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We don't need a roll call vote, correct?
No, you don't need a roll call.
Okay, good. Okay, are there any communications tonight? No communications? There's no comments from me at this time. We will continue on with new business. Item 1, P11C1-0922, EPMSS LLC petitioner and owner. Deferred, located at 3950 West 73rd Avenue. Request conceptual planned unit development approval on 4.78 acres in a C2 Community Commercial Zoning District. Purpose for storage.
Madam
Okay,
President, to the attorney, Joe, do we need to make a motion to defer, or is that his, I'm assuming you sent a letter in, Sheila?
Yeah, we deferred at the workshop.
So we don't need to vote on it?
Still vote on it, just make it
All
clear.
right, I'll make a motion, we defer.
Specifically with the history of this petition.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we defer P11C1-0922.
Second?
motion by Mr. Pettit, seconded by Brian Daring. A motion to defer item P11C1-0922. Is the petitioner present?
No,
They've
No.
sent in correspondence on this matter.
Oh, okay. Very good. So, motion accepted. Do we need a roll call vote on that, Counselor?
No roll call vote, just general.
Okay.
Voice vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Everybody's in favor, no opposition. Item 2, P12C2-0922, 8257 LLC petitioner and owner, located at the intersection of 82nd and Grant. Request conceptual planned unit development approval on 4.8 acres in a PUD. Purpose, a residential subdivision. All right, you want to introduce yourself?
Good evening, members of the Plan Commission. My name is Earl Goldberg.
Hi.
I'm the engineer for this project, and with me tonight is Terrence Franklin. He's one of the partners in the project. I was here last month before you, and if you remember, this is a 12-lot subdivision. They're condominium units. There are two units per building. Each unit is 2,300 square feet. And the lots all meet the requirements as far as size, acreage and everything per your ordinance. If you look at the drawings, I don't know if you still have the drawings from last month or not, but there is a single sanitary sewer line. There is a single cul-de-sac street that runs 600 feet. There's water and sanitary sewer provided for the property. This is similar to a development that you all remember, Auburn Woods. It's the same type of building. The units are 4-bedroom, two bathroom, enclosed 2-car garage, a front yard and a backyard. And what I would like to do is discuss the drainage tonight as part of the overall plan. If you looked at the drawing, had a chance to look at the drawing, everything ties into a future retention pond, which is just to the north of the site. This was a property that Mr. Franklin picked up and we're going to use for a retention basin. It's more than adequate. There's 8/10 of an acre, and it'll handle this property. The lots to the south of this proposed development all drain onto the property. I've accommodated those units. To the north of the property, where there's a platted but undeveloped street called 82nd Avenue, we have runoff water that comes from the north and runs along 82nd through a drainage ditch, and then turns, and then it goes onto Grant Street, where it ties right to the south of our proposed street with a 24-inch sewer line that crosses Grant Street and heads west. What I told you at the last meeting was that I've accommodated all the drainage on this site, plus the property, the existing property to the south, which runs onto this property, and we're going to accommodate that in the pond itself. The pond is in flux right now because what I'm doing is I've had the surveyors out there, and what we're doing is take and trying to track all of that water that comes from the north down along 82nd Avenue and then goes along Grant Street in a drainage swale. It's not a sewer line. We propose to take and change that on Grant Street in front of our property to a new sewer line. And like I say, the only area that is still a little bit in flux, I know the size of the pond and everything, but I want my surveyor to go out and check how much runoff we've got coming onto this site, and then to be able to accommodate it.
Who is your surveyor?
I'm sorry?
Who is the surveyor?
Oh, Dave Timmons.
Okay,
Yeah, he's out of DeMott.
okay.
Madam President, just for clarification for the members, this request is for conceptual PUD, which really means all we need to be looking at is the use, the lot configuration, and the road. When he files preliminary planned unit development, Steve and Bob will go through the 18-point checklist. So really, this is, although I appreciate it, Earl,
It's conceptual.
it's conceptual. We really
Yeah,
don't need to be
what I'm
concerned
tr-
about it because he's going to have to address it next month.
Yeah, what I'm
Okay, so
trying,
do we need a vote on
Hold on,
this
hold on.
right now?
He's trying to tell us
Oh,
something.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead,
sorry.
Earl.
what I'm trying to do is make everybody aware that the drainage off-site comes through this property. I'm trying to accommodate as much as I can.
Sure.
Well, again, we'll have stormwater weigh in, we'll have
Yeah.
engineering weigh
Exactly,
in, we'll have public works
exactly.
weigh in.
Yeah.
So, thank you for the history on the property.
Okay, that's fine. You're right, we're here for conceptual.
Right,
You can have Sheila read the report if you want, Madam
sure.
President.
Read the report, Sheila, please.
Petitioner is seeking conceptual plan unit development approval in a PUD on 4.80 acres. The petitioner is planning to build 12 two-story, two-unit duplexes. The subdivision will be served with paved streets and shoulders and ditches, sanitary sewer, street lights, and common water. Petitioner will meet with stormwater director and town engineers regarding engineer approval.
Thank you. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I'll make a motion for approval for discussion really quickly.
Motion on the floor by Mr. Piattett,
Second.
second by Mr. Holtz.
I just have one question, Madam President. Earl, have you spoken with Councilman Bella? I believe this is Rick's ward.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was kind of unavailable.
Yes, we met with this developer along with Mr. Goldberg. We met with the HOA of Sedona.
Sedona.
We also met with those homeowners that are on the outside of it.
Okay,
And,
so Rick's aware of it.
Mr. Bella was at both meetings.
Okay, all right, that's all I have, Madam President.
Okay, who is the conservancy there?
Independence.
You said you already had approval?
No, I'm going to prepare the sanitary sewer drawings for the conservancy.
Okay, which one?
Well, you have to tell me, because I know it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
It's
IHCD.
IHCD.
I thought it was
It's
IHCD. I
Independence.
just
South
wanted-
of 30, Margie, is IHCD?
That, some of it,
Is it?
up through.
Is this Independence Hill?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
okay,
It's
it's
Independence.
Independence Hill.
Okay,
Right.
great.
I was just curious on that. Okay, so everything is in order. It looks like the motion's been approved and seconded for conceptual
Voice vote.
planned unit development, and we will take a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No, no opposed, no opposition? Everything's in favor? Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
thank you.
much.
I'm losing my train of thought here. Okay.
It's those glasses, Madam
Oh,
President.
yeah, I better take them
They're
off.
throwing you off.
Oh, Sean, you make me laugh. Okay, item number 3, P13FP1-0922. Hallmark Development petitioner and owner, located at southeast corner of US 30 and Whitcomb. Okay, request, final planned unit development plat approval for Liberty Estates. Purpose phases 1, 2, and 3 on 50 acres in a planned unit development residential subdivision. Now, this is Rick's ward.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you want to give us your program here again?
Happy to. Good evening, everyone. Randy Hall with
Yeah,
Hallmark
right.
Development in Luxor Homes. So tonight, hopefully, we have the opportunity to final plat phases 1, 2, and 3. What that will allow, as you know, is for us to turn in building permits. With the final plat, we will be bonding the agreed amount as reviewed by engineering and be starting homes. Your staff has been courteous enough to let me pre-turn in some information to look at on the homes. Certainly no fault of their own, but with supply delays, like the heavy structures and everything, really lagged weeks and months. We're still trying to get a jump start on this sucker. And our goal is to get 13 houses started in the next 10 to 14 days.
Oh, very good.
But I can't look past tonight. We need your approval
Sure.
on the final plat. The only other unique thing I would like to bring up, and I have mentioned to Mr. Svetnoff, is that the bank, in providing the letter of credit bond, is a few days behind us. We kind of have a unique situation in that a prior approval that we did in front of the council, we haven't been able to find the signed-off developer agreement. And it's on their checklist for funding, as bankers
I
are known.
think that might be remedied. I talked to our bond counsel today. We're working on some things right now, so hopefully, very soon,
Terrific.
it should be taken care of. If not, then my promise to you is it will be on the town council agenda for Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So either it's gonna be remedied on Tuesday or before.
Terrific. I will be out of town on Tuesday. I don't know if that will in any way affect anything.
No, that won't,
Okay.
that won't affect,
My business plan, knowing that these things do happen, I have offered to put a cash bond up. The amount is significant, though, and so my suggestion was to do it at a title company, languages however you want it, and then that will bridge any gap. So you know that I'm straightforward, I take care of business. When the proper documents come through, we would trade them out. So
well,
that's
and
it.
again, just for clarification, Mr. Hall and I have been in communication. He is right. He wanted to tender the bond, the escrow amount to us, which is 1.5 million-ish. We're not a title company, we're not an escrow agent.
Nope.
So I suggested that a title company oversee the monies, because that would be too much for us to handle. So, so Mr. Hall has been very cooperative, and we've been working with him on this issue. So,
Thank you.
Well, he's been here quite often, so I think he's got everything in order.
And Madam President, for the citizen members, the redevelopment commission is selling a $10 million bond, which is being backed by Mr. Hall for the
Oh,
infrastructure improvement.
Great,
Remember, Margie, we
Yes.
did that with Randy.
Yes.
We also did that with Don Weiss.
definitely.
That are developer backed, and anything over a certain dollar amount in increment that he gets, I know it's with Don, it comes back to us. I think it was $100,000 a year we get.
something like
Does that
Yes.
sound right, Randy?
Yes,
If
there
you
is
run
an-
your draw.
Yes, sir, there's an agreed increment. Once the increment in taxes starts coming back, the town immediately gets a split off those improvements in those
And then he
dollars.
pays off the bond, the
Good,
debt service.
so we're getting rich here.
I don't know if we're getting real.
I
You want
let me
to
be a little
flip-flop,
None of us yet.
Yeah,
We're still
I-
spending over here, but we're getting
Well,
close.
It helps,
We
Every bit helps
appreciate your
us.
cooperativeness and your, working with us.
right.
Thank
So
you.
what is the pleasure of the board on all this? Do we have to take a roll call?
Well,
vote
we
here for
could have
plat?
The staff report?
staff report, Madam.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Sheila, you got a staff report tonight?
Petitioner is seeking final plan unit development plat approval for Liberty Estate Phases 1, 2, and 3 on 50 acres in a planned unit development to build residential housing. The subdivision will be served with curb and gutter, street, sanitary sewer, storm sewer, and street lights.
Motion to approve, Madam President.
Thank you,
Second.
Chuck. We have a motion to approve and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion at all?
The only comment I would make, Madam President, for the citizen members and for Randy, we were having a workshop before this meeting, and one of the items was the feasibility study of Whitcomb Street and the entrance out there.
Yeah.
We're still working on that, Randy, through the RDC and the town council. I know you've talked to Councilman Bella and probably talked to Steve a little bit.
Yes.
We're still working on that, what we discussed in previous meetings with Randy, on traffic and that on Whitcomb.
traffic.
We didn't get to that portion of the workshop, unfortunately, we ran out of time.
Well,
So I don't know where we'll tackle that. Steve
You
and
need a
Pat
roll
will be in
call
touch
vote
with you.
here.
Yeah, we look forward to your, what you found out.
Yep.
Well, and Mr. Pettit, I don't know if anybody else has driven south on Whitcomb Street. I have noticed that there's been some extensive moving of earth on the bad curve, and it looks like it's all headed in the right direction. So, appreciate that a ton.
Be careful, Brian, on that curve.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we need a voice vote. Everybody in order here on a voice vote, voice call? Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Mr.
a
Rice?
yes vote.
Yes.
Mr. Holtz?
Yes.
Mr. Pettit?
Yes.
I am a yes.
Who listens to me?
Mr. Jerry?
Yes.
Madam President?
Yes,
I voted a couple times. Now, this will go, Joe, this comes back to us at the council since it's final PUD, right?
okay.
Right. So actually, Randy, you said you're gonna be out of town Tuesday night. I don't foresee a problem with the ordinance.
I don't
You, Joe?
I don't foresee it either. I'd suggest sending Mr. Braun here just in case, though.
Yeah, just in case.
Just to watch over it, but I don't anticipate it there being any issue whatsoever.
Okay.
So in the meantime, the final planned unit development plat, you have the approval for Liberty Estates.
Thank you for your time.
Okay?
Thank you,
you
sir.
for attending. Have a good evening. Okay, continuing on with the agenda, gentlemen. Item 4, P14PS3-0922. Al Bartley, petitioner and 86th Place Partners LLC owner, located at approximately 1400 East 86th Place, requests preliminary subdivision approval for 86th Place Partners on 2.5 acres in a M1 Limited Industrial Zoning District. Purpose, office warehouse buildings. Yes, I believe Mr. Bartley's been here before.
Motion to deny, Madam President.
Not put that on record,
This is
please.
Can I remonstrate since I'm across the street?
This is Sean's area.
Already
We don't
started.
While.
We don't want to be here
Well,
all
I don't wanna
night.
do that to Al. He's
Okay, Al, tell
recuperating.
us what you got.
Pose and go hide.
Let's go.
We're gonna get Bartley tonight.
Tell us what's going on over here one more time.
Yeah, one more time, yeah. Russ Posen with DVG team, 1155 Trotwine Road, Crown Point. Yep, we're on 86th place. We're dividing a 2.5 acres into 4 lots. There'll be about 0.59 acres. Later on next week, we will be going for some variances for this. We need two variances. One is lot size and one is having 2 lots not adjacent to a public right-of-way. However, we are addressing that in the plat and then with the variance with easements and ingress egress easements and the like. This is a subdivision that's got stormwater drainage to the west of this lot. We're adhering to that. We have our sanitary coming out in front of us. We have our water coming out in front of us, so it's be a nice little project.
Do you have a staff report on this, Sheila?
Yes, petitioner is seeking preliminary subdivision approval for 86 Place Partners on 2.5 acres in the limited industrial zoning district to build office warehouse buildings. The subdivision will be served with curb and gutter, sanitary sewers, shoulders, and ditches, then common water. Petitioner will be on the Board of Zoning Appeals September 2022 meeting for a variance from developmental standards from section 21-137, minimum lot size, 1 acre to 0.59 acres, and proposed lots not fronting a public roadway.
Any comments, Mr. Pettit?
I have no comments, Madam President. Motion to approve.
Okay, would I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rich. Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Do we need a voice call?
Is this a public hearing though, however? Do we need, this is a
Yes.
public
Yeah, this
hearing?
is preliminary.
3 times.
Okay, is
We're
anybody here to remonstrate?
here to open up the public hearing,
Okay, I
Wait.
already said it once.
okay?
Anybody coming in here to remonstrate? Third call. Anybody here? No, nobody's here. Okay, go on.
So at this time, we close the public hearing. Seeing no, seeing no remonstrators, we throw it back to the president.
Okay, it's back in my lap again. What's the board think? Are we approving all this, which we just voted on? Board members?
have
We
Anybody
have a
comment?
motion and a second, Madam Chair.
We have a motion and a second. Do we need a roll call vote, Counselor?
No, because Mr. Secretary put his stuff away.
Mr. Rich.
Yes.
Mr. Holt. Mr. Gary.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes.
Mr. Pettit.
Yes.
I'm a yes.
All in favor?
you.
Motion to approve for Al Bartley's 86th Place Partners,
LLC.
LLC. Okay,
Thank you for your
okay, you are quite welcome.
See you next month.
We will see you
Sheila, would you
again.
say they have to go in front of Board of Zoning now, too?
They got
No,
some variances.
they have to
Variances.
go to get their variances at the Board of Zoning.
Oh,
They gotta come
very-
back to us for final.
Yeah, they're gonna
okay.
go final
Final
lot
subdivision.
subdivision.
Okay, we'll
right.
see you when you come back for the finals then. In the meantime.
Looking
be
forward
good.
to it, Russ.
All right.
Say your prayers. That's all I got to say. Okay, is there any other business, board members? No other business?
No.
Any
Motion to
discussion?
adjourn.
Oh,
Second.
motion to adjourn and a second.
So I
Meeting
didn't-
over. Thank you. That was good.
All right.
Quick.
4 items?